Okay, we're live. Welcome to Car Talk and Other Things, Week 9. I'm Liam, this is Big D, and we're here to talk about cars and other things, of course. This week we want to focus on race cars, to be specific. What kind of racing influences
Yeah.
influences our, things we want to do with our cars and designs and stuff like that.
Yes.
So, all right. Let's see. Which we want to start with NASCAR
Yes.
because
Sorry, I'm like, dude. Yeah.
you went
Yeah.
you went derp there for a second.
Yeah. Well, Alucard's trying to demand making his appearance.
There he is.
He's
Yeah.
all up in my business. He was over here, and then he came over here and
Get over here. Come on, the other side.
move.
There you go.
Yeah, he's making his weekly on screen. Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway,
You're more into straight line and circle track kind of stuff. So.
yeah, I'm a NASCAR guy. I watch NASCAR every weekend.
I try to keep up with it, but it's not really my thing, so I have no idea what's going on.
And of course, I am Team Chevy,
Well, yeah.
Team Hendrick when it comes to NASCAR. I'm all about the Jimmy Johnson and those guys. Jimmy Johnson's actually my favorite driver, even though the past 2 years or so he's kind of fallen way backwards and not really even winning races anymore. It's kind of sad.
I think it's funny they're called stock cars, but they're not stock at all.
No. Well,
they look stock from the outside.
Yes.
That's the big point. That they
Well,
look like a regular street car-ish. They don't sound, they don't drive, and they don't, on the inside, they don't look anything like a street car, as you can probably guess.
Oh, and going to a NASCAR race, TV does it no justice. I
Yeah.
mean, when you go to a race and you actually hear them and see them come flying past you.
Yeah, they look like they're going slow on TV, but
Yeah.
they're not.
Oh, no.
They're not.
No. And the way they sound is just
Well, it's open.
freaking crazy the
Well,
way they
it's
sound.
practically open headers. I mean,
Well, yeah, but the way their throttle response is, it's just with the straight piping and it's
yeah.
wicked.
Now, NASCARs are all naturally aspirated,
Fuel injected.
fuel injected,
Yes.
but still naturally aspirated.
But there is talks. It hasn't been
I'd like to see.
it hasn't
I'd
been
like to see-
confirmed yet.
I'd like to see them go turbo.
But there's been talks that in I think it is 2021 they might be switching to V6.
V6 turbos,
No, just V6.
just V6s, for like what? Just
No.
fuel economy. Fuel economy.
They're
or
trying to slow them, as they say, they're trying to slow them down. But yeah, well, that and the auto manufacturers are slowly trying to phase out the V8s, which
Yeah.
is kind of sad, also. Okay, Alucard, it's time to.
Yeah, bug off.
Yeah,
Go away.
you're all up in the business.
He's all getting in your armpit.
He's too up in the business today. Alucard,
Outside. Go.
hiya.
All right, there we go.
He was all.
Sorry for the interruption. He's just being a little too.
No, normally we're used to him kind of giving us
Yeah.
attention for a couple seconds, then he goes away. But he was
Yeah.
all up in our shit. So yeah. Anyway, where was I?
Well,
Oh yeah. So
his mommy went away, so he's a little needy right now.
yeah, they're talking about possibly switching to V6s in NASCAR.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, I
To-
guess it'd be all right.
As they say to slow them
But
down, but every
there's
time
a-
they
there's
say
another-
they're doing things to slow them down, they never slow them down.
Yeah,
like,
they
ever.
were- yeah. I think there's other things they can do to slow them down, like maybe make the arrow a little more downforcey, and
They're
actually it would make them
they've,
safer too.
they've already got so much downforce on them as it is. They can't get any more downforce.
Yeah, with their current design, with it looking stock.
I mean, they are freaking. Their splitters literally, you could barely get a freaking quarter between them when they're
Yeah.
sitting still. It's ridiculous.
Well, they don't have any underpans, do they? They don't have full underpans. Well, they don't have rear diffusers. I noticed that,
They have belly pans.
but they don't run rear diffusers.
They can't because the fuel cell and all that shit's set back
Yeah.
there, and it has to be able to be gotten to easily by fire crews.
That's weird. No other race series doesn't allow like rear diffusers, so unless you're talking about NHRA or something like that. Let's look at the
Yes.
images of NHRA.
Now, NHRA's my other thing. Love going in a straight line, obviously. I mean, you guys have seen Dark Sin and what I'm doing to it.
There's nothing stock about these cars.
No, not unless you go into like door slammers, pro mods.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Brackets. Bracket racing would get you more of a reality of yeah. So if you just do a search on bracket racing, so they can. NHRA is one thing, but let's get real. Okay. 8th Mile bracket racing.
Now,
There we go.
these are pretty much.
Hey, look, there's a G body right there on top. It's a Malibu.
Right here.
That's what mine will be doing.
You hope.
Yes. Look, it might even be the same year. It looks like the same grill, and it has the same emblem
Well,
on
those
the
are big
hood.
tires. Those are big tires.
That's a big tire.
Yeah.
Mine will be slightly skinnier than that. Mine are
I don't
more
like-
mine would be more like what's on that one on the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those tires. He's talking about the tires.
Yeah.
The rear tires.
On the back. That's about how wide my slicks will be.
Yeah. Which we'll have to notch the frame for, and we'll have a video on that later.
Yes. There'll be wheel tubs. Ooh, look at that cutlass.
Which one? See,
The
your
one-
eyes are sharper than mine.
That one that you got your cursor on. Love me some cutlasses.
That's the gear you like too, with the weird grill.
Yes. Oh yeah. That's a sexy bitch right there.
Then he's got a,
I even love those style of hood scoops
Big
too.
D just got a carboner.
Yes, I did.
Okay. You also like World of Outlaws.
Yes.
You like the wings or just the?
I like both. I like the World of Outlaws and USAC, which is wingless.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Actually, well, that's minis.
That's a mini version, yeah.
Those are, believe it or not, those are what they run into Chili Bowl, which is like the frickin' Super Bowl for dirt racing. But they run slant 4-cylinders in them, like basically like a Ford V8 with one half literally like chopped off.
So what is that? What are the Outlaws? What is their
The
normal
World of
engine?
Outlaws,
Their normal engine.
those are either a 360 class or it's 360 or 460. It's 360 and 460.
Cubic inch V8s?
Yeah, normally I know it by fucking heart.
Are they Fords or what?
No, they're anything.
Anything that they can make that
What,
size.
whatever the people are wanting to, Ford, Chevy.
This is another one of their classes. This is the late model.
Yeah, that's late models. I don't like late
Yeah.
model body styles. I'm more of a IMCA modified person,
Okay.
really.
Now me, I'm more into stuff like this.
Yes.
Well, not necessarily that car, but we were looking at that car earlier. I like more.
That's Pikes Peak stuff right there.
That's a Pikes Peak car right there on Pikes Peak. You can tell by the.
Well,
It says Pikes Peak.
a class of Pikes Peak car. You can't
Yeah.
just say that's a Pikes Peak car, because then everybody's going to say, "Oh, that's all they run at Pikes Peak."
No, they run. You can run pretty much anything at Pikes
They
Peak as
have-
long as it qualifies for a class.
Yes, they have so many different classes at Pikes
Two-wheel
Peak.
motorcycles, four-wheel motorcycle, like ATV style. They have, all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Actually, a guy died this year on a motorcycle, fell off the mountain, which is very sad. But
Well,
that's
it
why.
happens.
That's why That's why I want to go up in a car so I can have full
Yes.
roll cage.
They don't just do cars. They do a whole entire motorcycle ATV class too.
Well, there's a hill climb. Yeah,
Hey, look, that's a Miata right there. Or no, that's
a
an S.
Beamer.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a Beamer. You see the,
Oh yeah, it
you see
is.
the propellers. and
It
stuff.
almost looked like an S2000.
But pretty much any car could be a hill climb car as long as you do the
Yeah.
modifications.
Yeah, you just gotta figure out what class you're trying to aim for,
Mhm.
and build your car toward that class.
Yeah, depending on the. Now, a big thing coming up also is time trial. What did they call them? You can pretty much use the same style of car, but you race against the clock instead of other people. It's like time trials,
Mm-hmm.
competitions actually,
Mm-hmm.
to where everybody gets a turn around the track,
Mm-hmm.
and the person with the best time wins. So that's also
Now-
something I'm interested in.
I would like your guys' opinion on something, and it is race related. Me and Liam kind of had this talk yesterday, briefly. See, we like doing the autocross stuff, okay? And Liam brought up that he'd like to get some some track time in. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's way out east, and it's the only place in the valley that does it. They only do it certain times a year and certain times a month, and it's been stupid hot lately.
Yeah.
And I brought up, I said, I don't know exactly what all it would take, but except for like leasing a parking lot or whatever and stuff like that. I mean, we'd have to, advertise it and shit like that as much as we could. But what would you guys think about me and Liam starting our own autocross thing in the West Valley, like once a month or something?
No, we can start like once a year. Just have like a big event. I think that'd be cool
Yeah,
to have like is somewhere in the actual valley
yeah, but
in the fall where
yeah,
it's nice and cool, where
Mhm.
people's cars will run good temperatures and be
Yeah.
very competitive and stuff like that.
yeah,
When it's not raining after the after
Mhm.
the monsoon season, so we don't get rained out.
yeah.
It never guarantees anything.
And if we can get a big enough parking lot, maybe we can add in like other things.
like drifting or something
Yeah,
like that, like some kind of drifting competition. Or
Yeah,
something like
yeah, you could almost even use the same course
that. Yeah,
for the
drift.
drifting that you're using for the autocross if you lay it out right.
Yeah. Well, usually drifting courses are much shorter and more point to point,
Yes.
so we can just rearrange the cones.
Yes.
But yeah.
But it was something we were kicking around because, driving 2 hours out in
yeah,
the
Out
East
south.
Valley.
that's actually south
Yeah,
near Tucson.
yeah. I mean, somebody needs something like that
Yeah.
over where we are.
Well, good about we're talking about SCCA autocross, which is actually a governed body that puts out that arranges these kind of things that anybody
Mhm.
can sign up for. They're all around the country, so look it up if you're interested in that kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
because
There
car,
there
pretty
needs
much
to be
you could,
more of them going on.
you can sign up any car. They have stock car class, and everything up to severely modified like supercar
Mhm.
class. It's not; those aren't the actual names. Do not quote me on this. But as you can see, you can put any vehicle that you have or want, even your minivan. If you have it, you can put,
Yeah.
you can enter it and do some.
Yeah,
Do some track time,
I
you
have
know?
seen some crazy stuff doing autocross. You'd be surprised what people. I've seen high school kids out like like Liam just said. I've seen high school kids literally out there on a weekend doing some autocrossing in their mama's minivan that they freaking
Yeah.
borrowed for the day,
Barbara.
and their mom has no idea what they're doing with it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going over to so and so's house. I'll be back later on tonight.
Quick tip: they sell these cheap GPS trackers that go in your car's service port that you
Mhm.
can buy. The company I work for uses them, and you can track your kids. So you might want to do that.
Yeah, you can track where your kids are going with your car and
Yeah.
what they're doing with
How
it.
fast they're going. If they go over a certain speed, you get an email. Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway. Now that said,
But
yeah.
yeah, it was something,
Actually, here's a.
because I totally would love to, like Cletus does with Cletus and cars. I'd like to, at some point, possibly once we get big enough, I'd like to start throwing some type of our own event that has, stuff like this. We got autocross, some drifting.
Look at this guy. He cut a actual. He ducted all of his fan out of the hood. That's a big vent right there.
Yeah.
I think I just cut.
But the ones that you're looking at, I just think cosmetically look better.
Yeah, if you're looking, this is pure function right here.
Yeah, I'm still looking more at the cosmetics.
Yeah, and he has wheel tubs. He has 9-inch tires.
Yeah.
Look at the size of those tires.
Yep.
It's the same year as my car, or same body style as my car. So I'm kind of looking at this like,
He's
okay,
got some decent.
he has no roll cage.
He's got some decent flares. He
Well-
might not be going fast enough yet that they require him to need a cage.
I think this is what they call the prepared class in SCCA.
Okay.
So you're prepared to race instead of just coming off the street.
Yeah.
So they're allowed to do bolt-on modifications. No,
Mhm.
actually, you can't crack the engine or the tranny or anything like that. As long as it's, stock internals, you can
Do whatever you want to
Yeah.
the rest of it.
you can do whatever you run. New tires, new fenders.
Not a
new-
fan of that wing.
Yeah, that's
That
they go
looks
for
more like a freaking wall than
Now,
it does a wing.
the thing about racing here. Okay, here I go. I'm going to go technical now.
I know downforce and
Yeah. When you're
most
going-
traction, and I know all that, but
I-
that just looks stupid.
There's a speed staying with race cars. Okay, if
Race
you're
of
going,
cars?
if you don't go that much, if you don't go that slow, you're not pushing that much air. You can the downforce modifiers have to be bigger
To keep the
to
car
make to
planted
create to make the car more planted.
at slower speeds, because in tight
Yeah.
corners you're not going that fast, and it's going to want to slide out on you.
Yeah. Small wings only work if you're going super fast. That's why most stock wings that they put on cars, except aside for maybe like a WRX or an Evo or
Porsches
Porsche
that
or
have the electronic ones that
Yeah.
come out when they're at certain speeds, and
yeah, that is one thing. Those cars are actually capable of going fast, and you want those things to actually be there when you are going fast. Now, like if you have like a Grand Am with like one of those factory wings on the back,
But
of
those are just
Tho-
cosmetic.
Those are
They don't-
cosmetic. They don't do jack. Even the wing that's on my car, the stock wing on my car right now, doesn't do jack.
Literally
shit.
cosmetic.
Literally cosmetic. Now, when you're going slow speeds, your wing.
No, the aftermarket ones that
Yeah.
kids like to put on Hondas, those do work
Yeah.
if they're adjusted right.
Yeah, if they're adjusted right. Now, if they're doing street racing, and
Mhm.
and if they're not going over maybe like 100 miles an hour, 100 miles, usually around $120 is when a small wing starts to actually work.
Yeah.
Now they would have to have their wing designed for maximum downforce like this.
Well,
Pretty much
yeah.
pointed almost straight down.
Yeah, but they don't realize that.
Yeah,
They
don't
just
know
think, oh, I'm bolting this wing on, and
it's going to help.
yeah, no,
Because it's literally
No.
like an airplane wing. It's like flat.
yeah, literally at that point when you bolt that shit on your car,
Yeah.
literally all it is at that point is cosmetic. If you are not adjusting the pitch and stuff,
Yeah.
it's literally cosmetic. It ain't doing nothing for you.
Yeah. Unless you get up, like I said, to like 100, 120 miles an hour, which some people try in their street cars, but usually it involves with them crashing and dying
Yeah.
because they don't know proper aero. They don't have they may have good downforce on the back because of their wing, but they don't have good downforce on the front. The stock front end isn't designed to go that fast, so it creates a lot of buffering, and your front end gets loose and you crash into a brick wall.
Yes, especially in front-wheel drive cars because they start pushing down on the rear of the car, which is taking weight off the front
And
tires,
and
which
traction.
is traction. You start losing traction, and you can't figure out why.
Yeah. At stock speeds, it's okay because the weight of the engine on the front end, because it's an FF, counterbalances any aero. But once you get up to
Once you're over 100 mile an hour doing like real serious freaking speed,
yeah,
you're taking the weight off the front of that car and lightening up, and you're gonna end up doing the whole
and
yeah.
and the cars don't have an underpan. Now in most race cars, they add a pan that goes underneath the car. What does that do? That limits the buffering, the wind vortexes underneath the car that can create lift instead of downforce. Now, the flat pan underneath the car acts like an airplane wing. Well, all aero really acts like airplane wings, but it creates actually a pan with smooth air going underneath the car creates downforce when it comes out the back. Kind of like an airplane wings curved this way. Downforce needs to be curved the opposite way because you're trying to keep things down and not up. So, a little explanation of aero and how it works in race cars is probably useful to people that don't know any of that.
Yes.
As you can tell, I've done lots of research into this
Yes.
for the past couple of years. It's all pretty much research is how to make a hill climb car, how to make an autocross car, because I think going fast around corners is a lot more impressive.
Yes. And that's why Dark Sin has the suspension on it that it does.
Yeah, that's why I picked a Miata. Independent rear suspension, wishbone front suspension.
Well, Dark Sin was originally being set up by Liam for doing this type of racing with.
Or limited slip differential.
But then realized that weight-wise and stuff just really wasn't gonna be the ideal car for this type of racing. I'm still gonna do it just for shits and giggles, but I'm primarily gonna be going in a straight line.
Maybe he'll prove me wrong. Maybe he'll actually beat me on a road course one day.
Yeah, because
I doubt it,
that
seriously.
car is going to be universally. It's primarily, like I've said 100 times, primarily straight line racing. But with the suspension that's on it, I could switch it to those style of street tires, wide in the front, wide in the back, do some 4-link adjustments in the back, and take it out on the road course and freaking tear it up.
Exactly.
Unbolt the wheelie bars, unbolt the chute, unbolt the wing. Boom, done.
Yeah.
Good to go.
So.
Which those are the things I'll be doing to drive it on the street anyway. Yeah. When it's being street driven, it won't have the wing on it. It won't have the chute. It won't have the wheelie bars, and it will have street tires on it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Of course, Project Void is going to have.
Except for when I'm going to car shows. When I'm going to car shows, she'll be in full race trim.
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah.
But Project Void, I picked Project Void exactly because of what it can do in this kind of situation. More you see more Miatas in classes that the car doesn't really need to go that fast. It just needs to accelerate fast, which Miatas typically do if they're tuned right.
Right.
Their top end sucks pretty
Yes.
much. It goes straight forward.
I don't like the way he has the tires pitched. I know he's trying to road course and get most
Yeah,
grip
he
for
has-
turning,
he has
but
camber- he
he's
has
got
camber.
him
He's
a
like-
little too much cambered, if you ask me.
Yeah.
He's got him cambered like he's racing on a banked fucking surface, and there
Mhm.
ain't no banking about none of that.
And this tires and
And
his
I'm
tires
s-
snub. He has his suspension set wrong. He's not getting full contact with his tires all the time.
no.
The suspension needs to flex but be stiff at the same time.
He's got it set up like it's got ridiculous fucking body roll, and we know for a fact, and so do you guys that have watched our testing videos in Project Void, they don't have body roll,
not
and
really.
they grip. So that guy having his set up like that,
Yeah. Well, it's Florida. That's a Florida license plate. That explains everything. Never mind.
yeah.
Sorry to diss on Florida if anybody.
Hey, I like that Camaro though. Look
But-
at that second gen Camaro, the blue one,
This one?
right? Oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah. Ooh, and it's sponsored by Summit.
Yeah, there is.
Oh look, that's Good Guys.
Yeah, there is
See-
a national competition in Kansas, by the way, every year for autocross. If you get into SCCA, and you actually win, if you go to every event and have a consistent time and are signed up for it, you could go to nationals if you win your class in your region. So
Now see Summit, or not Summit, but you see that picture? That's Good Guys. That's the Good Guys car shows.
Mhm.
They've started doing events like this at their shows. They do it at Westworld.
oh wow,
So
we can do that. Yeah.
yeah, you can take your car to the Good Guy shows at Westworld, and you can play around with it on their little
Oh, nice.
course. It's pretty cool, actually. There is one other event. I don't remember if we brought it up before or not. And Liam could also do it with his car. I do want to do the Optima Street Car Challenge. It's a pretty big event. And it used to be put on by Goldberg. Streetcar Challenge.
Oh, there it was.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. If they're still doing it, I think they still are, but yeah, that's 2018, so I would say they're still doing it.
So what is this about?
Optima Streetcar Challenge is basically all forms of racing tied up in one, and you have to do them with your car. Travel to different tracks across the country. It's
Sounds right up my alley.
a very big event. We literally have to travel from track to track to track.
You have to drive your car. Okay. So it has to be straight.
That's
It has
why
to be streetable.
that's why there's all those stickers on their cars. They have to be streetable, driven from track to track, and you have to do all the events. And it's not just racing. You also get judged on customization, paint, interior.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they judge you on not only the racing side, but they judge you on the car show side of it too.
That would be tough.
Yeah. Especially, and they really look for the.
See, I was planning on making my car mostly functional.
Well, see,
on the inside.
the judges, they really like the modification side more
Okay.
than the stock side. They like seeing,
Things that you wouldn't normally see on a street car kind of thing.
yes, but done tastefully.
And
Not thrown together, hack,
Okay.
fucking look like
so
shit.
no rat rods, pretty much.
No. You can tell by looking at every picture
Yeah.
on this screen. None of these are rat rods.
Yeah, most of them are newer cars modified.
Well, you got that truck. That C10 is a nasty truck.
Okay.
So's that Camaro.
Holy crap! Look how. See, he has his suspension set right.
Suspension, they build custom diffusers and everything, just like
Yeah.
you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
one of them is in Vegas at Vegas Motor Speedway.
Cool. Yeah, I'm liking these cars.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see more.
Yeah. There's a bug.
That's hilarious. Is the thing on stock tires?
Yep.
Holy crap! They have different classes.
Yep.
Oh wow. That'd be.
They have
interesting, yeah.
import. They have muscle. They
Yeah, I see.
yeah. It's
So it's like they do like time trials and stuff like
you
that.
do. They do road course. They do slalom into braking, into a brake stop box. They do actual road course on like
I got
big road
Yeah.
course tracks.
Yeah.
A course drag racing. They do, I think they do quarter. It might be eighth mile. If you guys want to see more of it, they show it on. You can see episodes of it on YouTube, and if you have a cable network that you can get MAV TV on, which is MAV TV, they show the Optimus Streetcar Challenge TV show every Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
So,
All right. Cool.
yeah. But
yeah, that'd be amazing.
yeah, that I knew that would totally be something up Liam's out. I mean, look at some of the cars. Look at that. I mean, come on. I guess that would be considered a rat rod.
Yeah.
And then you got a freaking Mini, 2 cars behind it. I mean,
Is that an S14 or something like that? I think it's a Nissan.
it looks like a 240.
That's
You said an S14. It looks
That's
like
a
a
jet.
240. It looks like a 240 SX to me.
I watched.
I don't know all the terms.
See, all right,
okay,
let's,
sorry.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
S14 is a 240 SX.
I don't know all the freaking terms. Okay.
Just like an A8. Yeah.
Holy crap!
Just like an
There's even-
AE86 is a
There's
Toyota
a-
Corolla.
There's a picture right there of the stop thing.
Yeah. The zero to 60 to 0.
Well,
competition's kinda like
yeah.
that.
You start and you go through like a slalom of cones, and then you go through a sweeper, and then you go through another slalom of cones.
Clones.
Yeah, of clones, and
Sorry.
and then it straightens, out for like 50 or 60 feet, and you basically got to lock them up in a braking box, and whoever can get closest to the cones without touching them basically wins. Light some more incense. Jesus.
Sorry.
Gee, and the door's closed too because we don't want the dog in here. This is the other things part.
I don't have a lighter. You have a lighter?
No, I do not. How'd you light them before?
There's a lighter in the next room.
Okay. I think it might be safe to
You
leave.
keep them busy.
I think it might be safe to leave the door open now.
Okay.
But yeah, the Optimus Streetcar Challenge. I normally, like I said, watch it. Used to watch it on TV, and then I switched cable networks, and not all cable networks carry MAV TV. So, I think it's
Excuse me.
only Dish Network that carries it. Yes. No, DirecTV.
Yeah.
Yeah, DirecTV is the only one that has MAV.
Okay.
So, if you have DirecTV, look it up. It used to be part of a. You'd have to add it to an extra package type thing, but they have lots of cool shit on there. I'm also into tractor pulling. That's kind of cool. Big horsepower, friggin' pulling heavy shit, and the carnage from them pretty cool.
I spelled tractor wrong.
There we go. Yeah. I've really gotten into the diesel tractors though.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
pro pulling freaking diesel tractors like these. Those are just freaking wicked to me.
Well, the engines they use for that kind of thing are kind of crazy.
Oh yeah. They're
I mean, it's impressive that big machine.
yeah. They're just wicked, wicked, wicked.
Yeah, they used to have these, but these are more modern. I haven't seen them in years.
Mm-hmm.
These look crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh, you should see them on TV.
See, I'm used to looking at them more traditional like that.
Oh, they still have them like that.
Okay, obviously.
Yes, but yeah.
Dodge County Fair. That's in Kansas, isn't it?
I believe so.
Because Dodge County is. Maybe I'm thinking Dodge City. That's in Kansas.
Yeah, Dodge City, Douglas County. I don't know if there's a Dodge County, but
I'm
whatever.
pretty sure there is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good with geography. I remember those kind of things for some weird ass reason.
I do like the multi-engine tractors and
Yeah.
the really really cool thing.
I thought that was
and-
always impressive, the engineering behind that kind of crap.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy shit.
William scrolled past them because they were at the bottom of the screen, but I've really also freaking really gotten into the mini tractor pulls. They're kind of cool. You
Are
just
they?
Scroll down. You'll see them. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Right there. There's one.
Oh.
There's one. Yeah. Well, that's a little kid one. There's actually some for adults. That one.
Okay. That's weird.
Yep. They soup up the lawnmower motors.
Is this really considered racing, though?
There's a better one.
This triggered in my brain. Is this considered racing? I guess.
Well, it's high
I guess
horsepower and
Considered a motorsport, I guess. So
yes,
in a way,
and our channel is anything with motor. Go karts, these do qualify. They are motors.
Yeah, I guess.
So, yeah. We used to watch these at the county fair every year back home in Kansas.
Now, one thing we mentioned, slightly mentioned.
Yeah. Oh, I drifted. Yes.
I watch a lot. Actually, I think there's an event this weekend. I watch a lot of drifting. I watch it on Formula Drift YouTube channel whenever they put it on.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think drifting's impressive. Just the car control that comes along with it. Pretty much controlling a skid, and whoever thought that people would want to do that. But
It was actually created over in the
Japanese mountains,
over in Japan.
yeah, by kids with
Yeah. And they, instead of going in a straight line, they like going up and playing on the really tight, twisty roads
There
up
are
in
no
the
straight.
mountains.
There are very few straight roads in Japan.
Yeah, so
It's a volcanic island that people just happen to live on.
so they basically created their own form of racing, and then it ended up taking off, and now it's a worldwide thing, and
Yeah,
it's crazy.
it's not really a race. Also, it's more of a competition on
Yeah,
style.
it's almost like ballet with cars.
Yeah,
I know that sounds a little
Yeah,
weird, but it is.
It's a weird way to explain it.
When,
but
when,
yeah,
when they're doing the tandem, that's what it's like.
Yeah.
Because they're having to
pretty much.
pretty
yeah.
much copy each other.
Yeah, it's using it's following this. You have to follow the same line as the person in front of you.
But you have to. The person in the back basically has to get as close as he can to the person in
That's another
front.
element of it. Yeah.
Yes.
line is an element, style is an element, and proximity to either clipping points, what they call clipping points,
Yes.
which can be either corners or outside edges of the track. And actually, the person you're tandeming against is considered a clipping point.
Yes.
So you have to get as close to them as possible.
I like the colored smoke tires.
As I say, I watch a lot of drifting and I listen to the judges when they talk.
I'm sorry, if we do a Cletus in cars and I do the burnout contest, I want red, white, and blue smoke tires, just for the freedom.
Well, I don't know if you can do 3 colors because you only have 2 tires.
They can't do 3 strips of rubber in the tire. You do a red and a white and a blue.
I guess they can try. I'm not sure how that works.
That'd be cool. Well, actually, they'd only need the red and the red and the blue because regular tire smoke is whitish gray. So
Yeah. Anyway,
you know.
as you here's a picture of the tandem. I can blow that up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a GTR actually. They modified a GTR to be rear wheel drive.
Well, see, they always screw with me. The GTRs in race form, they screw with me because they look almost similar to the 350Z.
Yeah, that could be a 350Z with a RT front end or
Yeah, it kind of.
with a rear front end.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I just love drifting.
It's cool.
It's impressive to watch.
It's a technical thing to learn, though.
Yeah. I really want to try.
Learning controlled slides and stuff. You're constantly working your pedals and your custom e-brake handle and your steering, and it's.
Yeah, plus shifting, plus everything else.
Yeah, it's
a lot of clutch kicking, e-brake pulling kind of stuff.
Yeah, high revving, clutch kicking, e-brake pulling. Yeah.
You can explain a clutch kick. I can't explain.
A clutch kick is basically you're staying on your throttle, like pretty much full throttle, and a clutch kick is literally how it sounds. Instead of like kicking, or instead of just pushing your clutch in to shift gears, basically a clutch kick is to get your back tires spinning. So say you're going into a corner for a drift and you're wanting to get it spinning to start sliding. Okay, you're on your gas full throttle. Okay, you turn your wheel in the direction you need the slide to start going in.
Initiation, yeah.
The initiation steer. You pull your e-brake up and you freaking kick your clutch. Like, you're full throttle, but you kick your clutch hard as you're letting off your e-brake.
Yeah.
Because what that does is it gets the motor and stuff spooling up really fast.
Yeah.
And then when that clutch re-engages, it instantly breaks the back tires loose.
Yeah.
So that's what a clutch kick does. You're literally just kicking it real fast. Basically you're zinging the motors. What you're doing, you're getting the RPM up so you can get the tires to break loose and start spinning and get your slide going.
Yeah, typically drift cars don't have much aero. They might have a splitter and a wing, and that's pretty much it. Or a wide body kit, but that's usually just for the tires.
It's normally cosmetic and for the wide tires.
Usually, other modifications are the front end, the steering. They put a bigger ball. They put a different ball joint or what?
Yeah, because the lock to lock on a drift car needs to be more severe than your standard.
See right here, you can see that guy's almost full front of his tire.
Yeah.
That's not a normal turning radius.
No. You have to make your turning radius a lot more severe in a drift car.
Yeah.
But,
And usually, you know, limits the differential, big gears, or either solid gearing. They also have another brake caliper on the rear, just for their e-brake, so they don't ruin the pads.
Yep.
Because yeah.
And that's why in a drift car you'll see these big billet aluminum things that look like a secondary shifter. It's not a shifter. That is literally a custom e-brake handle.
Yeah. Literally, most of the time, right next to their steering wheel, so you just pop the e-brake
Yeah.
with their hand instead of a foot or a lower e-brake.
The e-brake is also what helps them control their slides.
Yeah, they can, if they're sliding too much, they can pump the e-brake and actually cancel the drift.
Yeah.
So it's really, really helpful when you're about ready to hit a wall.
Yep.
Or another person.
Oh,
or
yeah.
both.
Yeah. But
So-
yeah, drifting is something I would like to get into. Obviously not with Dark Sin. I do have some other cars planned out. We were also me and Liam were talking about Hondas yesterday, so I started looking them up.
Actually,
And
that's actually an RX-7.
I will not be getting a Prelude or a Del Sol
Okay.
because expensive.
Yeah, they can be expensive.
Yeah, I will be sticking with just my Civic. Apparently CRXs have gotten really popular again. I was thinking maybe I'd be able to get me a CRX cheap as my get me for a daily / play
Yeah.
with like we do with the Miata, but I could only find one on Craigslist. No, excuse me. I found two on Craigslist, and they were over $3,000.
That's not terrible.
You used to be able to get them down in like the $1,200 range.
Yeah, well,
But-
they're becoming like a popular classic car now.
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
considered a classic car now, aren't they?
yeah. Even the hatches like Pete's old one,
Mm-hmm.
those are even suddenly getting expensive.
Yeah. Pete, childhood friend.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say his full real name.
No, of course not.
We're just going Pete, but
Yeah.
yeah. He had a what was that? An '89 red hatch.
Yeah. It was like bone stock, right?
Yeah, that was back before anybody over here in the States started modding Civics. It was bone stock.
Yeah.
The only thing modded in his was his big ass freaking stereo system.
And
His big old subs and
imports in those days mostly used for straight line. They didn't do much road course or anything like that.
no, they really didn't. And actually, back then,
United States street racing is typically considered drag racing.
and actually, believe it or not, the popularity back home in Kansas with the Hondas started originally in the lowrider scene
Oh, really?
before they started jumping into the race scene.
Hmm.
Yeah, they were getting customized out into they were kind of in the same era as the mini truck
Yeah.
when everybody was doing like the Toyotas and Mazdas and
Yeah.
stuff, the mini trucks with the solid camper shells and the all lowered and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They were kind of hitting the scene right about in there, so they were more of like low slam to the ground show cars. And then all of a sudden they started slowly coming over from Japan and stuff in the car show circuits, like World of Wheels and stuff like that,
Right.
like the big car shows. And people were starting to see them at the car shows and going, wow, okay, they're building them as race cars over there?
Yeah.
And then suddenly they weren't show car, lowrider, whatever you want to call them
Once they
anymore.
figured out how much horsepower they can get out of
Yeah,
them.
it was suddenly, oh shit, we're going to start racing these fuckers.
And
you know.
motor
Yeah.
swaps were big too.
Yeah. And then all this, and you know, that was about mid late '90s when that transition happened, and it was kind of a slow burn for years. It was kind of a slow burn, and then all of a sudden, the first freaking Fast and Furious hit, and it was over. It was just over.
There you
Yes. That was right there. The only reason why I thought about getting another one of those is because that was my first experience dabble into the Honda world was with a CRX when I lived in California. That was my first dabble.
Well, they go in my they would go in my box of small cars you can put big engines in
Yep.
and make them go fast. I like that. sort of
Two-wheel
thing.
drive or two-wheel drive, yes, but two-seater like the Miata.
Mhm.
They look awesome with some minor mods like body
Well,
kits.
they have a
lowered
rear
and-
seat. They have a pretty big rear seat actually. I used to be able to sit in one when I was a kid.
They share the same floor pan as the Civic, so guess what that means? All-wheel drive conversion
Yeah, exactly.
on a CRX.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
we'll find
I'll find-
Civic CX or EX somewhere. Some cheap one with like a normal HO motor.
That's what I was trying to find. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just need a bone stock one to start with because it's
Yeah.
going to be my daily. Just give me a bone stock one, just like the Miata was.
Yeah, it still runs.
We
still
do
in pretty good
we do the
condition.
low buck stuff with it too.
Yeah, and then later convert it to a
Full freaking all-wheel drive K series, freaking turbo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
craziness.
exactly. Do the whole stage 1, stage 2 thing.
Yeah.
I could do a stage 3 and go stock and then go B series, then K series. But
Yeah. We'll think of something crazy to do with it.
but yeah, I just wanted to start out with it as a little pocket rocket
This is
type
our
thing.
this is our next pick for project after Dark Sin is where you want.
Yes, I'm thinking either this or the haul truck. I'm kind of torn between either
Yeah.
my Honda.
Well, it's gonna be your money, so.
Well, yes, but I'm torn either between my Honda as my daily or the haul truck. Well, if I could find one cheap because of it being my daily, if I can
Yeah.
find one cheap in the low thousands, then obviously I'll go ahead and get that first because it's going to be a daily and I'll start driving it.
Yeah.
And then we'll start on the haul truck as planned, but
Yeah. Oh, once we get an engine in Dark Sin, you'll be able to.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Darkson's gonna be so much fun. So much fun.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's for his.
Who needs a
turbo.
headlight?
Yeah, that's his turbo intake pipe.
That's a full drag car right there.
Yep, you can see the slick sticking out the side, and he's got no fenders on it right now. But
Craziness.
yeah, there's a white one down there, friggin' doing some road coursing. See the back tires off the ground.
And again, the suspension's a little stiff.
Yeah, it's kind of cool though.
Not quite set up right. All right, I want to talk about what we're coming on next week. Monday, we got the first Project Void video in a long time.
Yes, actually,
We're still working on that.
but we've to be honest with you guys, we spent all day yesterday working on it. As soon as we're done here, we're going straight back to working on it because we are filming Mondays and Wednesdays episodes. Let me tell you guys, the content is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Great content.
Yeah, we got the bumps and I have like bruises, battle scars and stuff. I have a bruise on my palm of my hand from a wrench, I think. Yeah, we really put a lot of hard work and time into the next video, so I hope you guys appreciate it.
Yes, we busted our asses, and we're going to continue busting our asses today. So that's what you guys get to look forward to coming up on Monday and
Yeah,
Wednesday.
I hope we're done with the hard part. We're pretty.
We figured out last night what we had going on, so
Yeah.
we'll easily.
I think we're over the hump.
Yeah, we're over the hump, so today shouldn't be too bad at all.
We just gotta piece some things together and
Yep,
get it all back together. So
yep, that's what we're going to be doing. But yeah, so Monday and Wednesday's episodes will be back on Project Void, installing the rerouting full
Cool-
cooling
cool.
system that we had shown
Yeah.
you guys in the previous episodes, like unboxing and stuff like that.
yeah,
So, yeah, and let me tell you guys, after working on it yesterday, I for sure understand now why this kit was created.
yeah,
The back side of that motor definitely runs very hot.
yeah.
So,
A lot of things were stuck from excessive heat and
yes.
corrosion and all kinds of different things. So
Yep.
this is really
Yes, we are
it's a pain in the
finding
butt,
out.
but we're gonna have to do it.
Yes, we're finding out firsthand. Yes, like I said, why this kit was developed because yeah, we've been dealing with a lot of seized stuff and having to get creative, but you have to get creative when you're a mechanic to get stuff done sometimes, and we're getting it done.
Yeah, exactly.
It's taken us longer, but we're getting it done.
Yeah.
But I believe, like Liam said, we're over the major hump now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, anyway, we will see you guys Monday and Wednesday. Oh, also, wanted to give you guys a update. Next Saturday, do not be looking for us to be on at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
We will be on at 11. We are moving up 2 hours.
Pacific Standard Time.
Yes, Pacific Standard Time to make things a little easier on you guys. We know how, it's Saturday morning, you guys want to sleep in, stuff like that. So we're going to move it up 2 hours and see if it makes it better on you guys and easier for you guys to come and participate and interact with us.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we will see you guys Monday and Wednesday. And we will for sure see you guys next Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
Got anything you want to?
No, I'm good.
All right.
All right.
You want to do the close?
All right. Sure. Thanks for watching Big D's and Liam's Custom Garage. Car Talk and Other Things weekly episode. This is week 9. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.